morning, everybody. Joe Chacho here. Happy Friday to everybody. Talked about a lot of different things yesterday, and I want to end the week off with you speaking with an agent who's been working with us now for 9 years, Jack Skaggs. Value what he says. I've ridden with him before. He's been out in the rain with me. We traveled in the very rural areas, had to deal with dogs, gated communities, gated homes, and all that stuff there on half-acre properties. So I asked Jack to be on the call to go over some stuff to where you guys can hear me ask him questions, and from there he's going to give you the answers. And it's going to kind of let you see if you fall into doing the same thing Jack does, or if you need to kind of tweak what you do, or you say, Joe, I'm dead on, I just need to get more leads. So just to give you a little background on Jack, Jack started with us back in the beginning of 2009. And as of right now, year to date, he's number 7 on the leaderboard with top producers with $1,417,000 of submitted business for the last 9 years. So those are not little small numbers to look at. And I've looked over here, and he's got a very high AP throughout the years. And yet what Jack and I have always talked about, he always pushes for a minimum of $50 to $60 per application minimum face. So when he's in a home, the lowest he'll show is a 50 or 60 depending on the person's age, to where he can bump those premiums up to where the mere fact is he can make more money and get a better return on his leads. So with that said, Jay, will you open up Jack, please? Jack, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, I can, sir. You're coming in loud and clear.
Beautiful.
I've got some questions here. Matter of fact, I got 11 of them that I would like to just go over with you and kind of get your feedback on what you do to help out new agents, even help out agents that have been doing it for a long time, because I always feel that when you're doing something, you always have to be learning. You have a saying that I think professionals are always learning. Is that what you told me a long time ago? Was that the saying or something similar to that?
Yeah, right on. School's never out for the professional.
Yes. So
School's
these are
never
the things I think about. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start it and just kind of get down to it, get down the nitty-gritty and the quicksand. Kind of let me know and let everybody know, what do you do on a regular work week? Do you have a pre-scheduled week that you set up, kind of like what hours you go to work and what hours do you work during the week?
Okay. Usually around Sunday, I have a telemarketer, as you know, and I give him an idea of what I have lined up for the week. Obviously, I'm not going to just wait on the leads. I'm trying to be proactive and line things up. Sometimes it's just because of the activity of the previous week. So I let him know where I'm going to be and what time my appointments are, if I have any, and then he works around that. Schedule-wise, I like to start early. The seniors are up and at 'em. So I would say I try to get into my first driveway by at least 10 o'clock, if not earlier, unless he sets me up an appointment earlier than that. As far as closing up shop, I try to go with the idea of how many presentations have I given today, what was my activity level, and now that it's lighter, daylight saving time, you can actually work till 7:30 with no problem. I don't do that every day, but there are many days that I can reach a lot of people home after 5 o'clock.
Jack, if you were to go to a house and you were to speak to Mr. Jones and he was really remembers sending the card in, he does remember sending the card in, excuse me, yet his wife is not there, how do you handle that?
One of two ways. I want to at least warm up with one of them. So if he answers or she answers and the other one's not there, I may go in the house just to create that icebreaker and give him or her a tease on what I'm going to be talking about. But I definitely need both of you here. So when's a good time to schedule as well? Can you tell me a little bit about it? I'll tell them a little bit about what this is. I show them the card, create my credibility factor, Oh, I didn't send it, she sent it. Or she didn't send it, he sent it. Fine. That's why we want to discuss it with both of you, because it affects both of you, and the benefits are for both of you. So why don't we set up a time, and she's going to be there. And that's what I'm not going to do the one, as we call it, the one-legger.
Jack, when you do a one-legger, what is the probability of you making a sale and then the spouse coming home and saying they don't want it?
Well, the probability is most times at night you don't make the sale, because even though they might say something like, "Oh, I handle the affairs," or "I am the bookkeeper," I've trusted those words and come to find out that they did not make the final decision. They have to run it by her. She's got to run it by him, And then the other thing, Joe, is what about her? If she's not there, I can't sell her the insurance. So I'm walking away half cocked there without giving myself the opportunity to see both of them. So it doesn't work. For me, it has not worked. But the only time I will do something like that favorably is if he's a long-distance truck driver. She sees him twice a year, and she needs insurance, and she really does handle the affairs. And I will say to her, "Do you pay your bills? Do you write all your checks yourself?" "Yes, I do." "I'll go for that."
Yes, I agree with that. Now, when you go to somebody's house and you run into that circumstance, or you go to somebody's house and they're not home, do you ever knock on the doors next door or across the street? Is that something you like doing, or something that you've seen proven to make money for you?
Well, first thing I do if they're not home is I put that yellow sticker on the door. That's the first thing of importance to me, because that's gotten me a lot of good results. The delivery notice. I'm going to say to you honestly that I don't do it faithfully each and every time. It just depends. But when I do, I will knock on the door to the left, to the right. I will show them the card of the person. I tell them who I am, why my car's parked on the street, so that they're not concerned about who this person is. Identify myself, and then I'll go across the street and speak to maybe 2 or 3 of the people directly in front of them. I call that clover leasing. I used to always do that back in the cemetery business. We would encourage our salespeople to do that, and that has worked.
When you do your clover leafing, and the people are there and they answer the door, you just show them the lead. Is there anything else that you may tell them, that they may have sent another card in, or do you have any type of quick little things you can tell people?
Yeah, I say, ma'am, I'll try to get their name as quickly as I possibly can. I usually start off by saying, you're the lady of the house, the head of the household. And sometimes we'll volunteer their name, or I'll ask for it. And I show the card and I point to it. I said, "We have been mailing into this area. I just want to make sure you weren't left out. Did you receive one of these cards yet? Your neighbor here has received it, and I'm out here right now delivering the information." "Oh, I haven't received it." "Oh, I've received it and I tossed it." I said, "I don't blame you. There's so many things you get in the mail that you can't look at everything, but this is pretty important." And then I explain it and I read what's on the card.